Hello students, today we are going to discuss some basic concepts of chemistry. Now let us discuss one by one. So firstly we will discuss moles. So moles or 1 mole of anything contains contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. 1 mole of anything contains this much amount of particle. Now this number is called Avogadro number because it is given by the scientist Avogadro. So this number is called the Avogadro number. Now moles can be calculated by the formula given mass upon molar mass. Now will be given mass will be given. Suppose we have given 18 gram of H2O is taken in a container. Now calculate the number of moles. So moles can be calculated as given mass, that is 18 grams we have given, and we know that the molar mass of H2O is also 18. Now let's see, hydrogen have mass of 1 and 2 hydrogens are present, plus oxygen have mass of 16 molar mass, then is equal to 18 grams. So molar mass of H2O is also 18 grams. So number of moles, let's suppose it will be N, is equal to 1. So number of moles of H2O taken is equal to 1. Now as number of moles formula when the number of particles are given. Suppose we have any substance and the number of particles taken is 12.044 into 10 to the power 23, then the number of moles is equal to given number of particles, this is 23, given number of particles upon Avogadro number, that is Na. Avogadro number is denoted by Na. So 12.044 into 10 to the power 23 divided by this will be the given number of particles, and the Avogadro number is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So number of moles is equal to 2. This can be cancelled and this will be 2. So number of moles is equal to 2. Number of moles is equal to 2. And this way the number of moles can be calculated. Now the second term we will discuss is mole fraction. Secondly, mole fraction. So mole fraction is calculated in mixture. Suppose we have A moles of A and B moles of B is mixed in any container. Then the mole fraction of A, that is mole fraction of A, can be calculated as A upon A plus B. And in the similar way, the mole fraction for B is calculated as B upon A plus B. In this way the mole fraction of each component A and B can be calculated. Now let us understand by taking the example. Suppose we have water as A and glucose as B. Now let's suppose 72 grams of H2O will be taken and 540 grams of glucose will be taken. Now the moles of H2O is equal to 72, this will be the given mass, upon molar mass is equal to 4, and moles of glucose is equal to given mass, that is 540 grams, upon molar mass of glucose will be 180 grams. The formula of glucose is C6H12O6. You can calculate the molar mass by own. Now this will be again 3. So given this will be 3, so number of moles of H2 is equal to 4 and number of moles of glucose is equal to 3. Now as we discussed, number of moles of H2O 4, so 4 mole H2O plus 3 moles glucose. So applying the previous formula, let's suppose this will be A and this will be B. So mole fraction of A, mole fraction of A is equal to A or H2O. Mole fraction of we can say H2O. Mole fraction of H2O is equal to 4 upon 4 plus 3 is equal to 4 up by 7. 4 by 7, and this way the mole fraction of H2O can be calculated, and the mole fraction of glucose is equal to number of moles of glucose, that is 3 upon the total moles. So this will be 3 by 7. So mole fraction, now the mole fraction is defined as number of moles of substance for which the mole fraction is calculated, number of moles of substance divided by total number of moles taken. So this will be the mole fraction in mixture, taken in mixture or solution. So this will be the formula for mole fraction. Now mole fraction is finished. Third point, we have empirical and molecular formula. Empirical and molecular formula. Empirical and molecular formula. Now what is empirical formula? So empirical formula which gives the simplest whole number ratio of atoms in any compound. Suppose we have a formula for glucose is C6H12O6. Now the empirical formula for glucose is C divide all 3 by 6, then C1H2 and O1. So this can be written as CH2O. This is the empirical formula for glucose. Now let us calculate the empirical formula for C4H10. Now divide by 2. So C2H5 is the empirical formula for the C4H10. So in this way the simplest whole number ratio can be calculated, and this is the empirical formula. Now then molecular formula. What is molecular formula? So molecular formula, let us suppose we have a glucose C6H12O6. So this will be the molecular formula which represent the exact number of atoms in any compound. So this will be the molecular formula for the glucose. Molecular formula for the glucose. This is the molecular formula. Now we discussed molarity. What is molarity? So definition of molarity is number of moles of solute in 1 liter of solution. Number of moles of solute in 1 liter of solution. This will be the formula for molarity. That is moles per liter. This is the formula for molarity. Now, how this can be calculated, let us discuss. Suppose we have 5 moles of glucose is mixed in 2000 ml of H2O. Now what will be the molarity? So molarity is equal to 5 moles divided by H2O. So 2000 ml. Now this ml can be changed in liters. So 2000 ml, then divide by 1000 here, this 1000 goes here upside, and it will be 5 into 1000 divided by 2000. Now it will be in ml because it can be changed already. So this will be molarity. So this will be 5, this 2, then it will be 2.5. So molarity is 2.5 moles per liter solution. So this will be the molarity of solution. Now the second term is molality. What is molality? It will be number of moles of solute in 1 kg of solution, in mass of solvent in kg. So number of moles of solute in 1 kg of solvent. Now how this can be calculated? Molality is equal to, suppose we have a 5 gram of H2O, 5 moles of H2O, 5 moles of H2O is mixed in, 5 moles of H2O is dissolved in, 5 moles of glucose is dissolved in 5 moles of glucose is dissolved in let's suppose 2000 grams of water. 2000 grams, here it will be grams. Now molality can be calculated as 5 moles of glucose divided by volume of divided by mass of solvent in kg. So mass of solvent, here solvent is H2O, and it will be given in grams. Now this gram can be converted in kg by dividing by 1000. So this 1000 comes here and it will be multiplied here. Now it will be 5 into 1000 divided by 2000. Then it will be in gram because it has been already changed. So molality, this can be again 2.5 moles. Now it will be moles per kg. Molality. Now what is the basic difference in the molarity and molality? So molarity is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. Now molality, number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg. So the basic difference in this unit is moles per liter, and its unit is moles per kg, and the Here mass factor is involved and here volume factor is involved. So this is the basic difference. Now what is mass percentage? Mass percentage, so mass of that, with mass percent is calculated, mass of that divided by total mass into 100, this will be the mass percentage. Now volume percentage, similar way, volume of that divided by total volume into 100. Now mole fraction, what will be the mole fraction? So mole fraction is moles of that divided by the total moles, as we have already discussed, total moles in solution or mixture, so this will be all above the volume percent, mass percent and the mole fraction. Now again a terms come, it is normality. What will be the normality? Is equal to number of gram equivalent upon solution in liter. Now the formula for number of gram equivalent is equal to given mass upon equivalent mass. Number of gram equivalent upon equivalent mass. Now equivalent mass we have equivalent mass is equal to molar mass divided by n factor. Now n factor, it is out of course thing here, so it will be different, as you have to know, it will be different for different thing, as different for different things. Now what will be its value exactly? So for acids the n factor will be number of H plus ion released. So for acids, so for example we have H2SO4, so here H positive is released, 2 H positive are released, so n factor for H2SO4 is equal to 2. Now for base n factor will be, n factor is number of OH negative ions released. Now number of OH negative ions released, suppose we have NaOH base, then here one OH negative ion is released, so n factor will be 1. Now for salts n factor, suppose n factor is charge on cation. Suppose we have a salt NaCl. Now here for NaCl we have Na positive, so charge and cation, plus Cl negative, so charge and cation will be plus 1, so n factor will be 1. Now this n factor can be calculated in this way. Now suppose we have a salt Al2SO4 thrice. This can be written by separately as 2Al3 positive 2Al 3 positive plus 3SO4 2 negative. Now the charge on the Al is cation. Al is cation. Aluminium plus 3 is cation. So charge on it is plus 3. So n factor will be 3. N factor will be 3. N factor will be 3. Now for metal, what is metals? Its valency is n factor. Valency is n factor. Now let's suppose for Mg have valency of plus 2. So valency means number of valence electrons, only this much. So it have a valency 2, n factor will be 2. In this way the n factor can be calculated. Now again we have a topic formality, and this can be calculated for the ionic compounds only. For ionic compounds, so formality can be also similar to molarity. Moles of solute upon में solution in liter. Moles of solute upon solution in liter. This is similar to the molarity, only name change because it is calculated for the ionic compound. So and the number of moles of solute. Now number of moles of ionic compound is equal to given mass upon formula mass, because the molar mass of ionic compound, this is also molar mass, but for ionic compound it is called the formula mass. So molar mass of ionic compound is called the formula mass. Molar mass for ionic compound is called the formula mass. It's called the formula FORMULA. Formula mass. This is the molar mass for ionic compound. So this is all about the basic concepts of chemistry. Now thank you for watching, and please subscribe my channel. Also please share, comment and like. Thank you very much.